Right folks, little bit, well I say a little bit delayed with this, a lot delayed really. The Showas, I think we did a video back in April when I was going through these. I'm sure they were maybe around 15 to 20 cm at that point. I'm not 100% certain on that point. But yeah, I already have actually done a selection once on these about a month, maybe 6 weeks ago even, because the pond had just filled out insanely and it needed thinning out. So we didn't film that at the time, so it was literally just to take away a few fish and get it done quickly. But today is quite a more serious selection, pretty much the final one now before this pond will get harvested back probably in November, looking at where we're at. So growth has been considerable. The performance of these ponds honestly just keeps blowing my mind. Say ponds, probably performance of the ponds and the food combined. But yeah, we've got two netfuls here we're going to take a look at. First lot being some amazing fish that are going to get released outside, conditioned up now, ready for sale. Some absolutely, truly awesome pieces. And then I've managed to whittle it down to 55 pieces that I'm keeping to grow on until the end of the year, which are going to become quite valuable fish looking at them. So yeah, we'll get stuck in, show you some of each and see what you think to the results so far. But if you look back at that previous video, you'll see that these have come a long way, and I think currently the 3.5k pond that they've been sat in has got around 250 fish or something like that, not fully counted yet, but crazy amount given the size that they're at. And yeah, can't wait to really push them on now through to that end of the year harvest period. So here in this net we've got the all the fish that are being prepped now for sale. Various reasons, I just can't keep everything. There's fish in here. I would have loved, if I had another pond, I would have put them in there, but I decided to keep the stocking level as low as possible to really max out the size on these now through to the end of the year. But we can see, you know, fish like this one, lovely skin quality, loads of potential still on that. It's just body wise, it's not competing with the other fish in the same way. You can see the skin in general across the board here, lovely benny quality, superb sumi starting to come through on these. Loads of variation in pattern styles as well. We've got some nice Kindai Showa, quite a lot, which is typical sort of Issa, lovely Shiroji on that one. You'll also note there's a few Kohaku in here. That's because I have been growing some Hoshikin Tosai Kohaku in amongst these as well, and they're looking pretty superb. A few pieces of them being released as well. But yeah, across the board, fish with loads of potential. They're hitting about 35 up to, or about 35 cm on average now. A few a little bit over that, but look at that skin quality. Shiroji on these bits now. We're moving to the conditioning phase for these. Is going to pick up and enhance quite a lot. But yeah, just lovely fish. Another great example. Got a lot to do with that sumi still, but again, the conditioning phase is going to start working on that as well. But yeah, across the board, really pleased with the results. You can see to get this kind of size up from where they were, given this level of stocking, is just remarkable, really. But like I say, testament to the bloodline, testament to the performance of the system, really, the food. And yeah, some real top fish in here. That piece there, look, lovely pattern coming up on that one already. See, that sumi quality is going to be superb when it's had a bit of time in some slightly cooler water. So yeah, if anybody is looking for an Issa Showa, worth getting in touch with one of our dealers and asking about these. See another piece here. This one was so close to being kept, but I'd already hit my quota. Awesome skin quality. Look at that sumi there on the shoulder. Incredible. Lovely skin. It just goes on and on with them, really. See there, benny quality. This is an absolutely superb piece. The only reason this is in here is because of the size of it. It's just not competing with the monsters, some of the big lumps in the other net. But I mean, what a shower. Absolutely incredible. But yeah, that's them. So look out for them. We will be individually photographing quite a lot over the coming sort of weeks and listing them on the website. Yeah, great chance they're going to be very fairly priced. Yeah. Happy days, nice result. So we'll move on now and take a look at some of the pieces I'm retaining, and then get all this lot moved to their new homes. Right, so here we've got a random selection of the fish that I am growing through to the end of the year, to the harvest. Really happy with the result. There's absolutely bags of potential throughout the whole batch of fish, to be honest with you, but got some really strong pieces in here. Size wise, we'll just have a look. We've got one of the real smaller fish altogether. This was just a little bit too nice to let go, to be honest, but it's in at 32, 33 on that one. And if we look to the bigger end in this bowl, already up to about 37 cm, which is really good. Yeah, about 37. So what you can see here, I mean, these have been, so they've been starved for 3 days with the water at sort of 27 degrees as it is at the minute. So naturally, they do slim down quite quickly. You are seeing the bone structures are there for all to see with all of these fish, really. There are variations throughout. Obviously the smaller one here that I showed, it's got a good bone structure. It's a bit thin at the minute. This is one thing that the high stocking level has contributed towards. It's getting maximum volume, because in order to do that, you've really got to up that feeding level, and that's hard to do with that number of fish in the pond. So we've been upping it and upping it. That's why we've got such good growth, but the volume is yet to come in the kind of levels that I'm expecting to see it. So we see with that one, prime example of a jumbo tosi, really. You know, lovely big head on it. You can see that there's good height on the backbone there, good length in the body, everything. It's ticking all the boxes. It's just now time that hopefully with the heavier feeding and the lower stocking level, that's going to start filling out and really fill into that bone structure, because that's what we're seeing there. It's bone structure versus body. Bone structure's good, body's just a little bit down at the minute. So yeah, we sort of move on. You see loads of different styles of Showa in here as well, but you see something like this is going to be a really great fish. Incredibly nice benny quality. We can see the quality of the sumi that's coming up. It's phenomenally good. And then this time the sumi is really predictable. We can see where it's all sat on the body. It's just a case of waiting for that to thicken up. You can see sumi in the head there to form some memoir. There's motogoro sat in the base of the fins. Everything just waiting to happen. On top of that, you know, great bone structure, great size to it. It's going to be a real strong piece come the harvest with that one. Another one here sort of pulls and highlights a few issues, but I think this is going to be a great Showa. Sort of one of them that gets looked at and probably say, yeah, it'd be great to have some benny in this space, which yeah, it probably would, to be honest, but nonetheless, this is a great Showa, typical of the Issa sort of style. You can see the benny quality, superb, sumi quality, loads of subo sumi where it's sat on the white ground. You can see the real inky black texture there as it is starting to form. And yeah, just think that all round, again, bone structure wise, shape, everything going for it. Going to be a real strong fish in that pond, real prominent fish, I think, by the end of the season. A few other examples where the sumi's gone really down, not a lot happening, but I do remember this fish from the earlier selections. Again, focusing here on that bone structure, just taking in the qualities. It's all set very well. Benny quality is absolutely lush, we can see that, and there is sumi everywhere. There's sumi there, I can see sumi here, around the gill, on the head. So it's just a matter of time with these fish. Got to be patient. Again, focus now on the raising, getting the body, getting the size, enhancing, getting the benny thickened up, and then waiting, you know, come the autumn in the conditioning thing, we'll work on shiroji, and sumi will naturally come when that water cools off a little bit more. But yeah, cracking batch, seeing really nice sort of traditional Showa here. Don't get too many of them from Issa, but really keen on that one. Superb looking fish, loads and loads of quality to it. Nice balance to the pattern, lovely motogoro. Really strong body, going to be a big lump, that one. But yeah, I really must say Issa Showa do seriously passionate about them. They do live up to the hype. There's no two ways about that one. This is my second year with these now. I'm a little bit behind with these this year. It's just been because of how busy things have been. Pond space has been a struggle, but these will get taken through and have a longer, basically catch up. So whereas I might typically harvest early October, these might go for the end of November, early December. So they've got that full, they've had that full sort of 5 to 6 months of intensity. before we consider them sort of done for the year. But yeah, cracking bowl. Can't wait to see how some of these progress. That's another one there actually just caught my eye. This is probably at the minute amongst one of my top pieces. I think this is going to be a real star by the autumn time. Just a lot going for it. We can see it's going to have awesome memoir on the head. Lovely Motogoro. Sumi quality is going to be immense. It's got a very nice Benny pattern. It's just got absolutely everything going for it. So I look forward to seeing that one for sure. And obviously it's a Showa as well. I'm really, you know, male, female, it doesn't seem to make too much difference. They're all genetically powerhouses. It's just something inherent in his bloodline, and he's been one of the key players really in pushing forward with the real quality, powerful male fish. So it doesn't concern me in the slightest with this breeder's fish. I know these are all going to get big bodied Nisai. So yeah, enjoy them for a minute, and we're going to select a few now of the real standout pieces just to enjoy before we get all these back in the pond. Right folks, hopefully you can see really sort of stepped it up a gear with this bowl. There's 11 pieces in here. I've just put one in from the previous bowl and selected 10 more, which I would say are probably my sort of pick at the moment. There's a few more in the pond I'm not showing yet. They've got quite badly split fins that are hoping to get healed up, and yeah, but these ones, I mean, wow. You can sort of see, I think body wise they've stepped it up a gear. Pattern, skin, you know, on par, but we can see some stronger pattern elements in some of these. Might be a couple you're looking at thinking, you know, why has he gone with that one? But it's just time, you know. Sumi is not a factor here that I'm really getting stressed about at the minute. The ones that are showing a bit less Sumi aren't a concern to me. What I think in here, there's about 4 of these possibly that were featured on the previous video that you can watch. Sort of see how they progress so far. I think you'll be quite surprised. Size wise on these, we're measuring in at the moment at sort of 34 cm there, up to the biggest, bit of a lump this one. Yeah, sort of 39 cm for that one, so really promising. Yeah, just to sort of focus in on a few here. I'm going to start with that one we've just been measuring now. Just ignore behind the shoulder, it just took a bit of a knock today while netting, but absolutely phenomenal Kindai Showa. Top draw. This one I did feature back on the previous video, and I did actually state that I was a little bit concerned that this sort of Benny can go either way, but luckily as it's grown, it's shown to me now its true depth and that there is stability there. You can actually see, hopefully there, they've got the real thick red wedge in the middle of them scales. It's absolutely loaded with pigment, so I have no concerns now over the security of this Benny. The sashi is shown a little bit more now as well. So yeah, and then that on top of this Sumi pattern, that body, everything that's got going on. This is likely going to be the absolute top piece come the harvest, if everything continues going in the right direction. And already at 39, it's going to be a substantial fish as well. So really delighted with that one. This was another key fish that I featured in the last video. Now this one you really might be scratching your head at, but for me we're looking at Benny quality, you know, really stand out, real nice depth, shine to it as well, nice consistent sashi, so no issues with the stability. But what you'll notice if you do look back at the previous video is how much the Sumi has now sat down in the skin compared to what it was then. Now we can still see it all, you know, we've got all these blue-grey areas all over the body. There behind the dorsal, back here at the peduncle area, down the side of the body we can see some Sumi there. Loads and loads going on. It's a really powerful fish, big bone structure, big mouth, going to be a super grower. That's coming in at the minute at 38 cm, so not far behind the last one. Really super piece, really super piece. I'm delighted with that one as well. I think another one we featured in the last part was this one, which is right up there for a candidate as one of the best fish. This has progressed really well. Body's looking insane. Just got all the quality. I think it's just quite self-explanatory, that fish, when you see it. Really coming on well, consistently. It's a very predictable fish, this one. This style of Sumi, it's just a case of waiting for that to thicken up. It's not going to change too much. That Sumi pattern's not going to really alter. Body's going to be superb. Really top fish, and I think that's kind of what I said back then, and it's really just filling into that now and becoming what I hoped it would be. This, yet another standout fish for me. That's seeming to be the case for every one of these. They're all my number ones. Sort of hitting 36, that one 37. Again, really predictable fish with what's going to happen with this. Super body on this one, really super body. We can see that skin shine. The quality of that sumi that is coming through is absolutely incredible. So yeah, excited to see that one. A lot more growth to come from this one. Again, another predictable fish. It's really what you see there is what you get. We're going to get some head pattern change. You can already see that memoir starting. A great fish. Really can't wait to lump some more size onto that one. And then yeah, heavier sumid. We've got a couple of examples. Really nice. That's going to be no doubt a very attractive fish to a lot of people watching, and it is. There's no doubt about it. Again, really strong body, great qualities all round with that one. Just the sumi's that little bit more progressed. Pattern's really lovely, really well balanced fish. We can see that there's not much going on mid-body, but the sumi pattern sort of makes up for that. But yeah, nice fish. Sure going to look at the business as it gets bigger. And then we get on to another sort of really stripped back one here, which really excited for this piece. You can see again, it's just got incredible skin, great shine. All the sumi's sat down at the minute, but we can see it in these areas. So again, I'm not concerned, it's just patience. I think this is going to be a real super piece as well as it cracks on. You can see that great head, great wide mouth, loads of sumi in the mouth, nice Motogoro, got it all going on, just a matter of time. We can see down here, sumi progressing quite well. Lots happening, lots more to do. And just yeah, across the board, I'm absolutely over the moon. Like I say, 50. I just checked. There's actually 56 pieces of this have gone back. But when we consider, I started off with 1,000 this year, and we're already down to 55 that are going to be kept through to this side. It's not particularly big numbers, but I'm more than happy with the result. I don't expect any more than that at this point. And of those 55, there'll probably be 5 or 6. You know, real top end pieces, and a lot of other very good ones sat underneath it by the harvest. So target is now to really crank these up, get them pushed on. I want to be achieving sort of 50 to 55 cm this side with these. Like I've said before, a little bit off last year's timing, but that's why we're going to extend the growing season using the heating system and make the most of that. But yeah, can't wait to check in, and this will be the last video on these now until that harvest time, where I get to really share the results with you. So there we have it. Thank you for watching, and like I say, check out the previous video. We'll pop a link somewhere for you to have a look at that, and yeah, I look forward to sharing the next one with you.